It's up, everyone. This is Captain Eon speaking, and I'd like to share from verses 3 to 4 on the idea of it's possible. In recent times, God has introduced and reintroduced the idea of finding refuge in Him and the safety that comes with such. And I often visualize in my mind different examples of this refuge. Yesterday it was more along the lines of a city behind the walls. At other times, it's this strong fortified tower. And then still at other times, it's more of the cleft in the rock, the little nooks and crannies, the small caves on the face of a cliff. And using this last example, I began asking the question, what are some of the inherent dangers associated with refugee living? And the reason why this particular visualization came up, it's twofold. First of all, I was actually briefly watching a nature program that had some vultures in it, and they were mating and they had their nest on the side of the cliff. And in that, while this is a safe place away from predators and things of that nature, there are dangers inherent with this environment. So when in the treatment today, God was addressing the condition of a particular people and referring them to living in the clefts of the rock, this idea started to come, to the forefront. And I realized that there's no safety issues with the actual rock itself. There is no flaw. There is no danger in the rock Christ Jesus. But there are these natural forces. One of them being gravity. And I equate this natural force that's in constant opposition to being my flesh. My flesh, my human nature is gravity, always seeking to pull me down, always opposing my spirit, seeking to rise and stay in the safe place. Not to mention there are other opposing forces like, outside, let's just say predators the weather, just different factors. Because it may not even be a predator for example, because a lot of times when a bird makes its nest in the cleft of a rock, they do so because it's out of the reach of predators. But really, what comes into play is, say, the weather. This particular example I was looking at, the heat and the wind in this environment can become factors. The wind can blow it off, the heat can dry out and dehydrate. But ultimately, I realized that this other opposing factor, this gravity, also shows up in the form of pride, for being too comfortable in this safe place. Is kind of the best way I could equate it is to when the builder of the Titanic made the comment. I'm not sure how true it is, but it's been said. So I've heard that he's been quoted as saying, not even God could sink this ship. There was a certain pride that sets in the times of perceived safety, making it possible for me to, if I'm not careful, fall out of this place of safety. And this was an idea and a concept I had not really thought about up until now. So I'm grateful that God always provides not only this place of refuge, but that He also so lovingly and so graciously introduces me, makes me aware of the dangers that are still present in this temporary environment. Caption this. There is safety in the elimination of blunders. Sir.